A part is the unit of consciousness that we are operating in without realizing it. It is literally a part of the self. The self is multiple parts. One person, one self, many parts. Get it? The concept of one self is an illusion. It doesn't exist, and I can prove it. When we're young, we're doing everything we can to get our parents' approval. We need their approval because we don't want to be abandoned. Seem crazy? Just look at the animal kingdom. Seals and birds, among others, regularly abandon their young. This fear can still be seen in us. Human babies and young children are desperate not to be abandoned and cast off. The only thing is, they also have tremendous needs. They have biological needs, such as food and water, but they also have emotional needs. The emotional needs are built into them and help them feel they're actually being seen and considered by their primary caregivers. Not seen, not considered, they won't get what they need. Not getting what they need is the same as abandonment. It's virtual abandonment because they don't have what they need to survive. Things like presence and attunement from parents literally demonstrates to young kids that they won't be abandoned or forgotten. It helps them feel confident that they won't die. Seem dramatic? It isn't. It's how it works in the animal kingdom. Human beings, being especially sensitive and having unique tools to communicate, like language, just have an extremely refined standard for what adequate care and attention by parents should look like. Who's talking about this? Almost no one. And that's why we have a big problem. So how does it work in action? Say we're a little kid. We're young. At every moment, we're calibrating, calculating, how much am I loved? How much am I being considered? Most of this is subconscious, but it controls everything. When mom forgets me, I scream. I let her know I need something. But when I scream, she pulls away. Uh-oh, now I have a problem. In order to let mom know that I have unmet needs, I've got to scream. But when I do scream, it overwhelms her and she withdraws. What do? I split. Part of me splits off like cell division and becomes separate from the rest. This is done for survival. So the part of me that wants to scream might only scream when it really, really is freaking out. At that moment, it takes over control of the whole system. And so my whole system becomes obsessed with getting mom's attention, despite the risk of making her move away. But other times, the part that wants to keep mom happy might predominate. In that situation, we're going to view mom's attitude towards us as the most important thing because we're trying to preserve the relationship with her. Our own needs have to disappear along with that screaming part. Instead, we end up prioritizing mommy staying present. Basically, there is no way to get a win-win here for the screaming part of us and the keep mom happy part. That's because mom herself is not able to hold space for our own needs. She can't handle having a baby who has certain needs, and thus when it's too much for her, she disappears. The screaming part doesn't want to think of the terrible consequences of pushing mom away. Its main motivation is to avoid not being cared for. The keep mom happy part doesn't want to think of the terrible consequences of getting abandoned. Its main motivation is to avoid pushing mom away. If both parts operate at the same time, we have a stalemate. We're not going to know what to do as it seems impossible to get all needs met at once. So then, why do we have parts at all? When we split into parts, we can become more adaptable. When the situation calls for it, we can prioritize pleasing mommy, thereby forgetting the fact that we also have needs that, if expressed, would push mom away. In other moments, we can prioritize asserting our independent needs. But we need to forget the terrible fear associated with making mommy leave us. So that, in a nutshell, is parts. Parts are always caused by a necessity in the environment, often from the behavior or neglect of our caregivers. Everybody has them. You can't escape them. And the best course of action, once we are adults, is to heal them. There are many ways and techniques to heal your parts. In so doing, you're bringing light to bear on why those parts were created or split off in the first place. This process can be challenging and it can be painful, but it is literally the only way to become whole again and to find authentic and sustainable ways to being happy. Otherwise, we just flounder around, stuck within certain parts of ourselves while totally neglecting others. That can only kick the can down the road and create more hardship. Want to learn what to do with your parts, how to handle them, help them, and ultimately to heal them? Stick around. Follow me to learn more as I start unleashing my treasure trove of knowledge and learned experience. In other words, the secrets to ongoing healing.